guys, he's here.
Respect, there are other people coming into this office as well. We can address the crowd outside if you wish, but I would appreciate maybe we step out of the office as well.
Kind of cold outside, I think you should do it here.
That's right, we elected you.
We still got the office here in town, if that's not gonna go. You know, you sold us out for everything else, there's nothing left. Well, there's no more mills, there's no more ICI, now there's no more plant. What are you doing fighting for it? I don't see you fighting for it. You're representing this area. That's your job. That's your job to fight for this area. Never mind kissing the rose, start kicking it. That's your job to start doing.
That's right, we don't want to put the code.
Fine with me. Put your name forward and come do the job if you can.
Well, I'm selling us out. So what you're doing, you're selling us out.
Every day for this community. Not
no, you don't.
Why don't you?
We're going to lose Dalhousie too. Dalhousie then Dalhousie, Donald. What are we going to have? We're going to have nothing.
What have you brought, Donald?
Jason.
What have I brought?
Yeah.
We have a $16 million jail, a $15 million
That's 15 years ago.
You don't
15 years ago.
need to build the
I didn't
school.
take it
There are
away.
going to be no kids to go to the
I didn't take it
school.
away.
What are you doing, bringing the jail because there's nothing around here? So we're all going to spend our time in jail?
1 minute we say for the last 80 years we never diversified this economy. We always the mill. That's the only thing. You weren't allowed to think of anything else. Now we know we got to diversify. So we start our work from scratch, of course, by diversifying, and now you don't want it.
Part of the reason the Liberals were elected were that they were going to keep NB Power in New Brunswick.
That was the deal we were.
What happened to that province? You came to my house and told me that specifically. What happened to that promise?
If you want a new platform promise, then wait to the next election and bring that out as the platform. We're the same thing. That was part of the deal when you were election. We all looked at the pros and cons, who was running, as what they were offering, and that's how you got in.
Yeah.
There was a lot of issues. There was a lot of issues.
That was the biggest reason the Liberals got in.
Do you think what they're doing is
You know
right?
what? This community has been devastated in large part because of power rates. Sonny, you yourself...
That's not true.
Well, you know,
Whoa. We know what killed the
Across the
mill.
river, I live on the beach. I see mills shut down on the Quebec side.
Tell
They have
Sonny,
the cheap power.
Here's one guy threw the rag left and right at me, well, because the power rates were too high.
We were
Do
paying
something about it.
$45 million a year. What did you do?
Sell it.
We didn't tell you to cut every other job in the goddamn area. You know we can't afford to lose NB Power in
We're talking
Dalhousie.
about selling an asset.
You can't
that
afford
belongs
it.
to the
Deal
people.
or no deal, the power plant in Dalhousie is in trouble. You know that, Sonny.
Then fight for it.
Jesus Christ. Why don't you
You're not
turn
fighting
it
for it,
around?
Donald.
There are options, Donald.
Lots of options.
There's options.
Lots of options is right.
I find that I voted for you. I said, boy, Donald's going to do a great job. You got a good guy in there. All I find out is you're a traitor towards us now. We all voted for you thinking you were going to help us. That's all, Donald.
The first time
And I appreciate that.
And you're just turning
You're
around
bringing
and
a
saying,
jail.
"Back in your
There's only going to be
spot."
so many jobs. The other guys from the jail are going to take that job. You're giving everybody false hope with that. There's not going to be that many jobs for that jail. You built that new senior citizens home. You're going to put that senior citizens home there. You're going to close the other one. Do we whoopie-doo? Okay, we got new sinks and bathrooms.
You said you brought the jail again.
How come when people are emailing you daily on a daily basis, you can't find the time in your goddamn day to answer your constituents here in Dalhousie? You're running all over this goddamn province on the back of Sean Graham, to Edmonton, to Plaster Rock, making announcements there. We're tweeting you, we're emailing you, trying to get your attention. You won't even answer us.
I've been answering emails,
No,
yes.
2 weeks and 1 day.
With the same
I've
generic
emailed you
email.
2 weeks and 1 day ago. I work in business. That's unacceptable and it's downright rude. You could
Well,
have your
it's
administrative
It's
assistant
totally
email back
ignorant.
and say, I'm sorry, I'm going to the office. I'll get back to you on this date. But you don't even take the time to answer us, and they're not disrespectful emails that are being sent.
Well, I can show you a whole
Some of them
pile
are, mine weren't.
Well deserved.
Okay?
I thought Sean was
And I
in touch
deserve
with-
an
Can I ask
answer.
your name?
I thought Sean said when this all came out that he couldn't wait to come up and talk to the people and explain it to them and everything else. We haven't seen it yet.
There's
He
actually,
hasn't spoke to
He
the
doesn't
people at
know
the
where the
plant.
North Shore is. That's what
he's been here many times. Thank you very much.
We're sure
There will
stops
be
at
here
Moncton,
next.
man.
No, he hasn't spoke to
15.
anybody at the plant though, Donald. I mean, there's a lot of stuff.
Send
going
the
on.
president of
He's
Hydro-Quebec to sell the idea, but never send Sean
They
Graham
will
to
be here
explain
next
it.
week, next Tuesday.
He's coming to speak at the plant.
And
to
if
people.
this is such a great deal,
Come to
why
have
is
a
it so
public meeting.
private? How come we can't see the numbers? How come Sean Graham is saying you can only see the numbers after the deal is signed? If this is such a great deal for us in the province of New Brunswick, why not show it? Why not put it all on the table, say this is what we're doing, instead of hiding it, instead of being behind closed doors?
Well, it's just like any other
It's not as if you got competition you're hiding it from.
Pardon me?
It's not as if you got
It's
competition.
not as if somebody's bidding against
No
you.
different when you negotiate your union contract. You're not gonna go put out to the public everything that's being
But
negotiated.
before we sign it,
This is not a union contract.
before we sign a union contract, we know what we're going to be signing.
Exactly.
The employees know, and so
And
do
we
the workers
vote.
know.
Yeah,
So
vote.
we are the
What's
employees.
that?
We are the province of New Brunswick. Explain us the deal. We want to see it. We want to see in detail why this is such a great deal. Because what we know so far, this MOU is total bullshit.
We are the shareholder.
You may as well take it and wipe your ass with it because it's no good.
Well, I encourage you to come next Tuesday.
What's
Where?
next Tuesday?
Minister Keir will be here in Dalhousie.
Here,
Where?
we're here or Graham?
Pardon me?
We don't want here, we want Graham.
Minister Keir will be here.
No, we don't want here, we want
Sean
Graham.
will be here the 15th.
Where will he
I
be?
didn't say Sean Graham. I said Minister
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You did.
I know, I said he's been here before.
And he said,
Il a dit Graham's going to be coming here. Il vient de le dire tout à l'heure.
And he hasn't shown up yet.
I'm saying Minister Keir and Minister Boyd will be here next Tuesday. Well, I'm sorry if I misunderstood the
when
question.
is Sean Graham coming?
And we really don't care to hear anything from him, because everything he said so far has been a lie pretty well. He's told us down in Frederick and everything else. He told us our CEO was involved in this from the beginning and everything else. And then all of a sudden, we talked to our CEO and he said he wasn't involved in this from the beginning. So I mean, we
So
don't
what do we
want to
believe?
what he has
And he
to say
can't
to
get
us.
his numbers straight, he gives one set of
Sean
numbers.
Graham is the
and
one
then
said he was
comes
coming to
his
talk to
office.
us. When this come out, he said, I'm coming up to talk to the people, I'm gonna explain it to them, I have things for the north, we haven't seen them, nobody from the plant's seen them. I mean, have a little respect for the workers and come in, if you're gonna pull
I'll
this
relay
kind
Well,
of
not
stuff,
only for the
you
workers,
should
but
come
for
and
the
talk to
ratepayers
workers.
of this area.
I'll relay the message.
That everybody that's getting affected, Dalhousie's getting affected the most by the MB Power sale immediately.
Do you know what the calculations for the year 6 are right now? The estimates for rates in year 6? We were told minimum 9%, maximum 20%. Did you know that?
No.
No, you didn't.
Do your homework.
That's
Do your homework.
Can't count that.
by marketing
Do your
people,
homework.
by people who have been in the business for years.
How do you feel about the deal, Donald?
And they do the
I know
calculations.
what Power Rates has done to this community. Nice
No, no, how do you feel about the deal?
So you're gonna give it all to
How do you feel about the deal?
Status quo is not an option. I'll tell you right now.
This
Provide another alternative on the table. If the status quo is what we have, give me another one.
Well, what?
Why don't you do
Well,
that?
isn't that your job, Donald?
They're gonna sell
Across the floor,
certain assets of MB Power, which the conservative government did.
So are you
is look,
voting yes or no on this deal, Donald?
We're gonna sell it. Well, fine, but don't sell the whole goddamn farm and then later on you can't recourse on it. This is just ridiculous.
And these people aren't gonna pay a bit of tax.
Nothing.
No royalties.
Nothing.
At least the Newfoundlanders in the Churchill deal, they got $68 million this year. Quebec Hydro got
1.9.
1.8 billion. What are we gonna get out of it?
Nothing.
Nothing.
You guys will be long gone. And then we'll be still left with nothing.
That's right. We're spending our money here, we'll be spending it somewhere else. And you're building a school for no kids.
Yes,
You're building a
exactly.
school for no kids.
You can
Skip the sewers.
It doesn't make sense for
It don't make sense at all,
to
Danny.
go do it, sign a deal like
Well,
that.
I appreciate the concerns that you're raising. I have the utmost respect for all of you.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Cut the bullshit.
Cross the floor. Cross the floor. Cross the floor.
Voting yes or no?
Cross the floor. Cross the floor.
Cross the floor.
NB Power is not for sale. NB Power is not